Everybody. I'm going to start a new series here, which is going to talk about other stuff. We'll do all the technical discussion in other videos, and because I, like many, are so engrossed and contained within the realm of crypto that I decided why not just to add my commentary and opinion, being that this is now the, how many years is this? 6th or 7th year that I've been building products in crypto and getting paid in it and living in it. So this is the first video in that series. I don't know how long these are going to last, but decided we got to do one for this ETF stuff coming up. So welcome to the BTC ETF FOMO video. I think everybody, I'll start by saying this first of all. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a professional financial anybody. I'm just a normal person that works in the space and builds in it. So don't take anything that I say literal, or act on it or whatever. Make up your own mind, do your own research, and do what's best for you. So with that being said, I think you would be, I wouldn't say foolish, but I think you would be remiss to just kind of brush all this off. Now, I know some people are very pessimistic about it. A lot of people are not. A lot of people are very optimistic about this, and they're optimistic because they think they're going to make a bunch of money on it. And part of that is deserved in a way. It's crypto's for people that have been in this for a long time. I think this is a validation for some people, although it's probably not coming in the right way. But I see a lot of people on crypto Twitter just saying, hold forever, and I don't think there's any purpose in that. Eventually you're going to have to spend your Bitcoin, your crypto. So it's really about what I think is about being smart about it, finding the right places to buy and the right places to sell. And so this ETF thing is, obviously all about that, but it's all about Wall Street and TradFi getting in, right? It's all about those that really hold the power, that now they want a piece of the pie. They see that the TradFi dollar, the traditional financial systems are, I wouldn't say they're crashing or anything like that. I mean, you could probably make the case for that, but the writing is on the wall, at least to some degree. And so people are looking for other places to put their assets, to put their money. And from the second I got into crypto, being from more of the technology and the computer side, I knew that it was something different. And so possibly people are waking up to that now. I think the big guys are in this pyramid, and so once somebody at the top says go, then anybody that's been below that has been saying we should look into this or that, now they have the validation, now they can go, now the orders have come down from the top, whereas we're we're like this, we're at the bottom, being just normal people. And so when you see something that's possibly life-changing, game-changing, challenges the paradigm, which crypto definitely did and does, then we're going to jump in it, and it's going to be easy. So anyway, that's where we're at. This is I wouldn't even call it the fork in the road. This is the next freeway that they've built. And so we're all here, and it's going to, over these next few months, it's going to go one way or the other. It's going to go, yes, the ETF is approved soon. No, it's not. And so we'll talk about that. And I have some things that I have to talk about. Just again, combing through the Twitterverse daily and just seeing a lot of people that are in these various financial and technological areas, do their commentary. So the Bitcoin archive is interesting because it's always notable when the Google searches and Zeitgeist does this parabolic thing. We've seen this before with Bitcoin in the past, and now this Bitcoin ETF is, according to Google, is driving up all the searches and everything. So the last time that I was involved directly in this was the end of 2017, beginning of 2018. And when we saw stuff like this is when, we saw in December of 2017, Bitcoin touching, roughly 20,000. And we had started building our crypto business even before that, but we had launched another venture that took off because of this. And so when you see massive amounts of attention and things come in, it is best to pay attention because there are going to be people that are going to see those opportunities and they're going to act on it. And when you again see this parabolic on anything kind of coming from Google searches, whatever, I think it's something to sit up and take notice. So this was a very interesting tweet that I came across. Here's some other interesting ones. Look On Chain has all kinds of wallets and addresses that they monitor, and this one's basically saying the whales are accumulating ETH, and this one spent 48 million, this one spent 143 million since January. So this is another indicator that something's going on. Obviously we know something is going on, but it's more to have some hard evidence than to just know it, right? So when you look at these wallets and you see these big transactions and these big amounts coming over, it's obviously people are on the move and money's on the move. And the same with Tether. It says this whale's received 735 million in USDT and deposited over the past 3 days. I think this was tweeted around, or I don't know what you would say next, posted about a day or two ago, so on the 5th or the 4th maybe. And it says they poured almost 3 billion or 2.5 billion into the market since October 20th. So again, this would coincide with another number we'll see, which is basically the BlackRock is looking to get into all this to the tune of 2 billion on the first day. So I'm not surprised seeing that, and it's just kind of another thing that backs up what everybody's basically got a hunch for. Here's another one. Tether minted 1 billion 10 minutes ago, 2 billion 10 days ago. There's no dates on this, but again, I think this is from around the 4th or the 5th January. So again, Tether on the move, and the gist is that when Tether is on the move, it's there because there needs to be other liquidity in the system in order to be able to facilitate all these Bitcoin buys and sells and stuff like that. So again, that one makes sense. I like it. Okay, so Duo 9. It says, do not ignore this. BlackRock is serious about Bitcoin. They have 2 billion. There we go. Ready to go on day one. And then we got a couple other ones in here. This Tim Copeland's talking about, Van Eck and how they're saying that confirming BlackRock has this 2 billion lined up. And then this Eric Balchunas, sorry. He's kind of confirming it too. If it's true, would blow away any of the other records before. So again, more confirmation. These people are seeing all these things go down, and again, signals are out there. We got to pay attention. So it's next one. Back to Bitcoin archive. Here's another bullish article from the Financial Times, which is funny. If you think about the Bitcoin Genesis block, I think they included a snippet from the Financial Times. There was another UK publication on the blockchain, basically talking about another round of money that was going to be injected into the banks. And so this post is saying that they're pushing back on a lot of the FUD, and he's giving his reasons to buying into it. And volatility risk, no income, hard to value, speculative, intangible. Those are, I think, all the FUD reasons why people over the years have not gone with getting into crypto, right? Especially all the banks or the big guys that want to push their narrative. I don't like using that word, but push their narrative of TradFi is the way to go. And I don't know who this person of the Financial Times is, but again, I thought this one was interesting because if they're talking about this, then they obviously know all these things are in play, and they're already ahead of the game. So it's good. It's good. Bullish. Like Bitcoin Archive says, it's they're saying it's incredibly bullish. But I think this is another good bullish one that I came across, which is like, okay, cool. If they're doing this, and the Financial Times is more authoritative, right? Then that says something. However, they're not to be outdone by the good old SEC. Okay, no go to FOMO. Just don't get into FOMO. Okay, don't do that. All right, we know where that goes. You end up putting your house up and losing your house, or so the SEC would say. And we know what the SEC is all about, obviously. They need to protect investors. They need to protect you. You're not smart enough to go figure out how to make your own money. And of course, we all know that people will make stupid decisions. But again, is it something that we need to have the big bureaucracy telling us how to do what we need to do? You can make the argument, obviously, that once the big boys, Wall Street gets in, then sure, you have to have these bureaucracies put in place to guard the little guy. But what it really, I think, means is that they want the little guy out, and they want to just make it safe for the big guy and put all the legal hurdles, I suppose, in. It doesn't stop any of those big banks or institutions from just being blatantly corrupt, which we continue to see over and over and over again, and bail them out and everything. So we know the game that the SEC is up to, but this is one of their tweets that came out that a lot of people were having a bit of a chuckle, and the guy on the street is saying, of course there's FOMO, why wouldn't there be? It's obvious. So again, this is your grandpa yelling at you, and you're just like, get out of the way, old man. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. So here's this Eric Balchanis again, replying to Max Kaiser, and Max Kaiser's making a comment that when you're buying BTC ETF, you don't really own it. That's the whole big thing that crypto Twitter likes to talk about is own your crypto, keep it in your wallet, don't keep it on exchanges, don't keep it anywhere, and nothing wrong with that. It's a very good it's a very wise way to live. If you are in control of your own crypto, then good on you. I personally only leave amounts on an exchange when I'm trading, and only that amount. I don't leave my crypto anywhere but in wallet basically that I control, and ones that are even air gapped. So Max Kaiser's making sort of that argument, or he's alluding to that, and then this Eric Balchanis is saying how their depository receipts, you do own it. So I suppose you could buy your depository receipt, and then if you wanted, you could go to office of, BlackRock or somebody, or where you can cash that out and get your money for it. They've also been saying too, and he mentions it here as well, that you're not getting your Bitcoin out of that. You're buying that receipt that basically says that you did this. You bought $5,000 worth. It isn't to buy Bitcoin, it's to basically buy the receipt, and then once you hand the receipt back in, you get your 5,000 worth at that price. So if it's gone up, if it's doubled, you get your $10,000. So that's something to note, that the ETF people, the people that want to buy into this, they just want to go cash in, cash out. They're not interested in owning the crypto in particular. So if they did, there's all kinds of other ways that they can go around it if they really wanted to buy Bitcoin directly and even store it in a wallet. For instance, if some rich guy had $1 billion and he wanted to spend 100 million worth on Bitcoin, he could fund a company. Then he could have that company talk to Coinbase or somebody, and then they could facilitate that buy, and they would either keep custody of it, or I'm sure Coinbase would allow it to be pulled off the exchange. I haven't done that amount. I wouldn't know the exact rules with that, but you could do that. So the point is that Max is making, you don't own the Bitcoin, and Eric is saying, well, of course you don't, and people buying the ETF don't care. They don't care about owning the Bitcoin. They're just basically in it for the investment vehicle. So that's an interesting slide, and I wanted to put that one up there. Next, just another one on Wednesday. BlackRock expecting approval from the SEC for its Bitcoin. It's Wednesday being next week, so supposedly on the 10th. That's what everybody's saying, and she's quoting, Eleanor is quoting another guy that's basically saying, scoop. BlackRock, has laid off 3% of their workforce, which I have no idea how many that is, but they're doing that to prepare for this whole thing. So again, that's another bullish tweet there. Here's another one from Mr. Anderson. The ETF approval in 5 days. The halving is in 103 days. So this was yesterday evening. This tweet came out. He says the opportunity is going to be epic. Yeah, the halving is another thing. Again, that's just going to make 2024 insane, I think, because and it isn't going to say that 2024 is just going to be a rocket straight up, right? We're going to have pullbacks and volatility and everything, but at the end of the day, I mean, every year there's a halving. If you look back historically in Bitcoin, there's only one trajectory overall that it's gone up in between, each halving from one to the next, and it's up, not down. So it is going to be epic, and we'll hit higher highs, I'm sure. I'm not saying I can predict the future, but again, you can look back on all these charts historically and see this stuff and just sort of put two and two together. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. And this one I thought was interesting, Censored God, because he's basically saying, well, what if it doesn't get approved on Wednesday, and it's going to wait until March, which is right before the halving? And this could possibly happen too. I hope not, but who knows with the SEC, right? Literally, that's all you can say. Who knows at this point, because they've only denied all these ETFs over the years. I think because BlackRock wants to get in, I personally think, they probably have, turned some screws or whatever to make it happen. Whether or not it happens on the 10th, honestly, I don't know. But again, a lot of people seem to think, they seem to be optimistic about that. And what this is saying is like, well, if it doesn't, then it's going to cause the price to go down. And some other people have talked about this too. And I think it's true too. We saw just a couple days ago, was it Jihan Wu, saying that that it wasn't going to get approved, and Bitcoin dropped $3,000 in what, an hour or two. So we can definitely see that behavior again, and my guess would be it would probably go lower, just thinking about how crypto's reacted to this, this type of news in the past. A lot of people are saying, well, it could go to 38 or 37K, and I think that's a distinct possibility. And if we do hit some bad news like this, then yeah, I could see that happening. And then also, I think it is true too, it's usually January through April we have seen dips. So I think that's all completely possible. If this doesn't approve, then yeah, we'll drop down quite a bit. But again, it'll be just one of those corrections where once it gets its footing, then it'll be off to the races again. So this is definitely a possibility. And then of course, this is crypto. So your first day, your first week, your first month, even your first year is going to be like that kid. And then years in, you're just laughing. And that's really what it comes down to, is it only takes a couple years and you've seen it all. You could probably even see it all in 1 year, depending on what year you're in it. When I was in the mid to end of 2016 is when I started looking at Ethereum, because I had a friend that was into it, asking all these questions, and then did a lot of research and studying then. And in the beginning of 2017 is when I bought my first Bitcoin, and I think I bought it around $800, around that area. And in 2017 we saw, by the end of 2017, like I said earlier, we saw 20K, right? So what did we see in the next year, 2018? All reversed. That that peak that was in December, by the time we hit the next December, it was at 3,500. So depending on what year you're in crypto or you're coming into it, you'll see either great, happy times, or you'll see like the worst of times. And so I think this this slide sums up crypto, and it just has to be one of those things where you just got to figure out where you want to be in it and what you're going to do in it. And don't put your house up for sale. Don't put your kids saving money or anything stupid like that up. Be smart about it, but also figure out what's your place in it and how you can do what you're put on this earth to do in it. And maybe that's just to invest, or maybe that's just to speculate. That's fine. I don't have any problem with people speculating. It's what creates price action and volatility. So yeah, we all have a place in it, and I just hope that everybody does well this year. And we're definitely going to be around, and we're going to continue building out the product, and we got a lot of great stuff on the horizon, and I think we'll be positioned really well this year to help everybody that's interested and that wants to come on board, to help them with their crypto journey as well, and we'll all be in a good, happy place. Okay, cool. That's it. We'll see if I'll do another one of these, but I mean, I come across, like I said, this stuff daily, so I don't see why I shouldn't have an opinion out there too. Cool. All right. See you next time.